Welcome to the Be Well video blog. I'm Chloe Robertson, your host. Be Well stands for Behavioral Health, Wellness, Environments for Living and Learning. Today on the vlog, we have with us Mady Strong, a recent UK College of Nursing graduate. She specializes in psychiatric nursing and has an interest in using gardening to aid patient recovery. Hi, Mady.
Hi, Chloe.
So first, can you tell us a little bit about your garden?
Yeah, so my garden mainly consists, as a new grad, I don't have as much space. So it mainly consists of potted plants. So right now I have a garden shelf outdoors, and then I have a garden shelf indoors. And I have a variety of succulents. I have indoor plants that are just like tropical plants. And then I have all kinds of herbs. And my next project is going to be growing pumpkins.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And as a nurse, can you talk about the gardening benefit or how gardening benefits you physically?
Yeah, so actually I'm going to talk about 3 different things with this. It might be new for this to be considered, but gardening is actually a form of exercise. So it's good to get your 3 typical days of exercise, whether that be a walk outside or on the treadmill or, any form of exercise. But gardening outdoors gives you a little boost. And you can do that as your 4th and 5th day outside of exercise, something like that. And then also it gives you some vitamin D. So if you're outside in a garden, you're getting exposed to vitamin D, and it helps me in particular as a nurse because I'm oftentimes lifting up patients or helping them with their activities of daily living and maybe bearing some of their physical weight. And so the vitamin D from the sun helps absorb calcium and keeps my bones strong. And then thirdly, gardening benefits your mental health. So gardening it reduces some of my stress, and it allows me to just spend some mindful, peaceful time with myself.
And how can gardening actually relieve or reduce stress?
Okay, so gardening, first of all, decreases your cortisol, so that's your stress response. And there have been many studies, one done by NYU and their rehabilitation program. They looked at a number of people and their cortisol levels, and when they had them outside gardening, it lowered that and helped with their stress. It helped them to manage their stress. And then also it boosts your serotonin and your dopamine, so that positive response that your body has by gardening helps to make you feel better.
And what does it feel like to nurture a seed to full development?
Okay, so I like to talk about this a lot just because to me it is like what fuels my passion for gardening. So a lot of the times I picture my seeds as like my patients and giving them all the nutrients that they need, giving them the water and the food and just the love and the empathy. Like, I know that sounds funny, but it is true. You have to like talk to your seeds and tell them that they're beautiful and growing. And I do that with my patients too. And I think that it's probably the closest like thing to magic that I'm ever going to experience in my life. So it gives me a sense of compassion, and it allows me to continue my learning. So like if I learn something new that I should be doing for my plants and I get to take that and watch how my plants flourish, it's like the coolest thing in the world.
And what effects does gardening have on your senses?
So I'm not sure if you've ever heard of sensory gardens, but sensory gardens a lot of times are used for people that might be suffering from autism or people that have like traumatic brain injuries, which is an area that I love to study. So gardening can help that just by seeing new sights, sounds. People with autism a lot of times will have extreme reactions to new sensations, and being in a sensory garden, and getting to taste fresh hibiscus or getting to smell a new smell that they've never seen or that they've never smelled, or hearing the birds outside. Like, all of those are really good for anyone, but especially those with sensory processing disorders.
That sounds very positive.
Yeah.
And as a nurse, how would you like to use gardening to aid patient recovery?
Okay, so I'm really passionate about starting this. Gardening has really just been something that I've done for myself. I've kind of tried to spread it in my inner circle and my family. But as far as my patients go, I would love to bring that to our hospitals and in the area. I know Eastern State Hospital is a psychiatric hospital here, and they have gardens, and they allow patients to go out on the terrace and participate in that. But I think it should be a year-round thing. And I think that if I can bring some of the research that's being done all across the United States to UK, that would be awesome, and hopefully spread that in our whole state of Kentucky at some point.
So innovative. And is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Just thank you for talking to me about my plants. I think it's so fun, and I would love to introduce anyone that has a passion for gardening or thinks that they might to all of my different plants, and I can help you with little new seeds.
Yeah. Well, thank you for sharing your passion with us, Mady.
Thank
And
you.
if you're interested in learning more, check out our website at www.bhwell.uky.edu. Thanks for tuning into the Be Well vlog, where behavioral health is our priority. See you next time.